Today's topic is a little bit different, I would say. Insults and bad words are part of language, whether we like it or not. But today I'm not teaching you the very bad words that you could say in Italian. Maybe another time. What we are learning today are insults in Italian. Iniziamo! Ciao, sono Margherita, your host and content creator for Italian learners. I create content specifically for people who are learning Italian. Download this episode guide at italianmatters.com/36. Today we are looking at insults in Italian, but these are not very bad words that you would never say. These are rather adjectives and funny insults that you can use if you want to in Italian. Let's start with generic light insults. These words will not get you in a fight. They are light insults. Ignorante with a ñ sound, ignorant, is especially used in Italian to emphasize either the lack of education or missing knowledge in some area. So if you are ignorante, you ignore some type of knowledge, you don't know something. Antipatico, and remember the O changes to A if you are talking to a female, means unpleasant in English, and it indicates a person that doesn't really get along with people. We can also use the word antipatico to indicate an unpleasant situation. Una situazione antipatica. The third light insult that we are seeing today is presuntuoso. In English, it means conceited or presumptuous. And presuntuoso usually indicates a person who thinks that they know everything, they feel so superior. Some more serious insults in Italian, so we're going from light to a little bit more serious, are ciarlatano, and I feel like for this word there isn't really a good translation in English. Charlatan, and the meaning is a person who spreads false news and takes advantage of people's good faith to get something. For example, we can say non do più retta a quel tipo. È un ciarlatano. I won't listen to that guy anymore. Is a charlatan, a person who spreads false news and takes advantage of people. A second word that it's a little bit more serious is pettegolo, and this means gossip. So a person who is a gossip, who criticizes and speaks badly, often behind other people's backs. Finally, a third word that is used to insult people in Italian is cafone. And this means bad-mannered. It indicates someone who is rude and uses vulgar language. There are also insults related to animals in Italian. And I feel bad in a way for these animals. Poor animals, what did they do? We use the word capra, which means goat in English, to indicate an ignorant person with little intellect. We use the word asino, donkey, for someone who is stubborn and also ignorant. So for example, we might hear, sei proprio un asino. You are such a donkey. The meaning here is that you are stubborn, you are ignorant about something, and for some reason we use the word asino, donkey. There are also other animal-related words that are used to emphasize the character of a person. For example, coniglio, coniglio, which is rabbit in English, and it indicates a coward. Avvoltoio, vulture, the bird, and it's used for a person that takes advantage of someone else's bad situation. Finally, serpe, it means little snake in English, and it's used for a disloyal, evil person. So, for example, you might hear, Mario è proprio una serpe. Mario is really a snake. And the meaning here is that Mario is evil, is not a loyal person. Quindi, today we saw words that are used in Italian to insult other people. And I'm not saying now that you have to go out and insult people in Italian. No. But it's good to be aware of these words because they are used in everyday language. And if you hear, for example, that someone is a rabbit, è un coniglio, you might not understand the meaning if you don't know that coniglio in Italian is used to indicate someone who is coward. These words, these insults will not get you in a fight. They are somewhat light and really they're not extremely offensive like other cuss words in Italian. Don't forget to download the guide that summarizes these episodes at italianmatters.com/36. If you think that this episode could be helpful to someone who is learning Italian, feel free to share it with them. Grazie e ci sentiamo giovedì prossimo. Ciao!